Devin Booker is the biggest pussy in the NBA. You can't come into our house in Dallas, not have a lead, finally have a lead with like 15 seconds left and start talking shit to Luka. Like, you're a pussy. Welcome back to the dojo. We're officially back on the couch. Spent the weekend in Providence, but how was yours?
Weekend was chill. I actually had the brutalest of beats I could possibly imagine, and it forced me to take a day off from betting on Sunday.
So this is becoming a common theme. Every time we sit on this couch, Trent comes with another brutal beat, but let's hear this one.
I was just in so much pain on Saturday. I had a 4-piece gobbler on Prize Picks. Got so surgical with it. Was so confident. Shout out Michael Backshots, by the way.
Oh, let's
Dude
go.
hasn't missed his SOG line. In 2023, he's missed it twice.
Yeah.
It's March 4th. Or it's March 5th, which is absurd.
Wow, that's incredible.
So he's a walking green gobbler. But it was Backshots.
Backshots.
It was Joel Embiid over points. And he finished with 31, and I needed 32.
Wow.
Yeah, everything else fucking hit.
That's brutal.
And
It's a shame someone didn't feed you a 3-teamer and a free Prize Picks this weekend. I literally texted Trent, I think it was on Friday, a 3-team NBA parlay. It was 3 money lines. I think it was like 350. Yeah. And I was like, this hits. And he just goes, it probably hits. And then it hit.
It hit. And then Sunday, you fed me just what seemed like such a Booker with Trent entry.
The greenest of gob.
Josh Giddey, PRA, KD over points, which he's played 3 games for the Suns. I only took his points once, and it didn't hit. The other 2 times, it fucking hit.
And then Luka points. But it was for the goat whale.
Big weekend for the goat whale.
Big weekend for the goat whale.
I have Luka doubles in
same. And he missed by 1.
And he missed by 1 last night. That one hurt. Needed 1 more rebound.
Couldn't just pull a Giannis and just give you one off. How did you feel about that? Did you see that?
That was crazy.
Well, how do you feel about that, though?
I respect the fuck out of Giannis.
No, I loved it.
I loved every second of it.
I loved it because I know there was a living room of frat kids somewhere. And one of them was like, dude, I'm taking Giannis to get a triple-double, like plus 300.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, dude. And, the time was winding down, and they were like, dude, you're going to fucking miss this one. And then he just laid one off the backboard for it, and they were all like, ah!
Electric.
No, I loved it. I loved that. But, yeah, it doesn't help my argument that Jokic stat pads when Giannis literally just, purposely gave himself a triple-double for no reason.
That was dope. The legacy on that. Someone needed his PRA somewhere.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah. Somebody needed it like air.
Like air.
But I spent the weekend in Providence. It was brutal. Caught 2 really bad L's.
I checked the score of that Seton Hall game. What the fuck?
Dude, so obviously I went to both games. The Xavier game was crazy. But I have to say this. So we are known, when you come to the Amp or the Dunk, we're known for our tall boys. And you're allowed to get 2 at a time. And they're not very strict on it. And they started a rule on the Xavier game that you had to put the tall boys in cups and you can only have 1 at a time. So, 1, you're thinking, okay, that probably doesn't change a lot. It slows down how many you can buy because they literally have to pour out a tall boy into a cup, and you can't get more than 1. So, you get 1 tall boy in a cup, and then you have to go back, drink the cup, come back, and they have to refill a new cup. So, they took away, one of our advantages. When we played at UConn, it was $2 beer night. So, we have Xavier coming into our house. It took away the tall boys. And then on our senior day, instead of moving it up, we had UConn move up their senior night as well. UConn had 1 more home game, but they moved up their senior night to our game. So they had $2 beer night and senior day. For some reason, we weren't allowed to move our senior night. So we had to have our senior night on Saturday for Seton Hall, and all the seniors were gone for spring break. And seniors are the heart and soul of your student section. The juniors can't really do that much. And, this senior class for Providence has apparently been awesome for the student section. I mean, they were for the Xavier game. It was one of the loudest stadiums I've been in. So it kind of feels like everything's against us. Since the tall boy rule, we're 0-2.
Yeah, I saw that kid tweet at you saying ever since the tall boy rule was removed.
And it was because some fucking bot in my grade got tall boy spilled on his computer and complained about it like a little bot.
No.
Yeah, so it was he was the worst in my grade too.
Did you know that kid?
Yeah, dude.
No.
He's such a bot. And but we're just Ed Cooley said it after the Seton Hall game, we're not defending. I mean, we let 2 teams in a row hit more than 10 threes in our house, which never happens. We let them both score 80-plus points, which should never happen.
No.
And I want to say we're getting the losses out of the way, but this feels like something like is going on. I mean, we did an interview. I did an interview with Jared Bynum, kind of fucked up the audio, so sorry if the audio is not great. It's going to be like in the middle of this episode. But, I was asking about the locker room, and he said everything's going great. Like, obviously, they're in great spirits. Like, they were looking forward to senior night. It was a shame because, like, he gave us a great 3 years. And then his senior night to go out like that was just, like, the worst way possible to go out. But he was like, yeah, the locker room's in tune. Like, they were looking forward to Seton Hall and all that stuff. But this feels like something's going on now, 2 games in a row. Like, it feels like something off the court isn't right.
That's tough, especially getting into March, bro.
Dude, I know. It's like, this is when you don't want the wheels to fall off. And the Seton Hall game felt like the wheels fell off, dude. We weren't even, like, putting in effort.
No.
Like, Ed Cooley was like, we haven't guarded anyone in 3 weeks. And we're not even putting in effort. It's like, that's a problem.
That's not good.
So either it's a wake-up call and we're back, or we have to play the hottest team in the Big East right now, UConn, and we're going to get smoked. And that is the last thing I want to do going into madness is have 3 straight losses, which is just, like, atrocious. And, I mean, I'm, like, public enemy number 1 now on Twitter for the Big East. Like, dude, I'm getting dunked on right now. Like, I got Xavier fans, UConn fans, Seton Hall fans, like, all the accounts that, like, support those teams just coming after me. So I need a good win against UConn in Madison Square Garden.
That's tough. Your next game's UConn.
Yeah.
Off of 2 straight L's.
Dude. In Madison Square Garden for the Big East tournament. Like, you just can't make it up. And if we beat that, if we even went 1-1, we don't play UConn. We play like Villanova, who I would love to play Villanova right now. But now we have to play arguably the hottest team in the Big East that people are now like, they could win the tournament. Like, give me a joke. Like, give me a break, dude. But it was a good weekend. Got to see all my buddies again. We went out. Craziest thing happened, dude. So we ended up at this, like, club in Providence, Rhode Island. I've never gone out in, like, the city of Providence. Like, when you go to Providence, you don't go out in the city. Like, you stay on the campus. There's 2 bars right off campus, and that's what you do. But we ended up going out in the city of Providence, and we ended up at this, like, club where, a bunch of, like, the seniors were at, whatever. There was, like, these 2 girls that I don't think they, like, went to Providence, but they might have went to, like, Johnson & Wales or something like that. And, my friends and I were, like, rifled. We went to this sandwich shop where you can get 100 ounces of beer, and they put in, like, a barrel, like a keg, and you can just, like, feed yourself off this little keg at the table. And so we had, like, one of those, which is literally like 10 cups of beer. It was absurd. And then we all each got like flights, and then we went to one bar, and then we went to this club. So we were like rifled. And I saw that girl Jody from TikTok. I don't know if you see her. She's like, hi, my name's Jody. Yeah. Gorgeous in person. I mean, oh my God. She's got a boyfriend though. I was like, damn. Tough. But so we're at this club, dude. And I wanted to ask you guys if we were in the wrong here. We're at this club. It's a club. Like, it's a very small club, but it's a club. My friend Jay was hammered. He's like 6'3", hammered, dude. So we're like busting on the dance floor. Like, I started to get after it because we were like completely rifled. He like puts his cup in his mouth, and he's holding his cup in his mouth and like dancing. And I was also dancing by accident, bumped him a little bit. The cup fell out of his mouth. It had like maybe a quarter left at the bottom. And I guess it hit the ground and got on this girl's shoe. She comes over, dude, like wanting to throw hands. And it's like, who the fuck just soaked my shoe? And like, we're so fucked up. And I'm like, me, my buddy Dave, and my buddy Kevin all still have our cups in our hand. And Jay is cupless. And my buddy Dave is like, well, if you look around, only one of us doesn't have our cups. And she was like, no, who the fuck just got this all over my shoe? Meanwhile, the music's like blaring. I'm like so fucked up. And my buddy Jay is like, oh, it was me, but I got like bumped. And she was like, well, who the fuck bumped you? And I was like, this is absurd. Like, I'm just going to like step in. Yeah. So I was like, I'm sorry. Like, it might have been me. Like, that's my bad. And expecting her to be like, no, you're good. Instead, she like cuts in front of Jay and is like now like almost squaring up with me. And is like, you need to be way more aware of your surroundings. And I'm literally looking at her, and I was like, meanwhile, like, Drake just came on. Like, we're in a fucking club. And I was just like, what? And she was like, you need to be way more aware of your fucking surroundings. My foot is soaked. And I was like, you're in a fucking club. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I didn't mean to do that. Like, I didn't mean to bump him. But also, he's an idiot and it was in his mouth. And she, like, won't stop. She just, like, kept, like, getting closer and, like, getting in, like, my, like, area and, like, yelling at me about the shoe bit. And then Jay finally, like, I wasn't even getting aggressive. I was just like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I was like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, I'm sorry. Like, what? And she was like, I just want you to be more aware of the things you're doing. And I was just like, what the fuck is happening right now? Like, I can't even comprehend words coming out of your mouth. And so Jay finally, like, cuts in front of her or whatever. Then for the next, like, 10 minutes, they're just, like, sitting there, like, pissed. Like, her and her friend, like, just talking to each other, like, so mad. She's, like, pointing down to her foot. And we were like, all right, let's just leave. Like, this is so done. And I had just gotten a brand new drink. And I was like, all right, whatever. Like, let's just go. As I was leaving, you know, I was, like, pretty in my bag or whatever. I was just like, dude, that was one of the dumbest interactions I've ever been in. Had these shoes on. I, like, tap her on the shoulder, and she turns around. And I just look at her dead in the eye and pour a full drink on my foot. I don't know why, but I was like, you know what? Fuck you. Like, I'm just going to, like, you're making such a big deal out of nothing. Like, you're in a fucking club, like, whatever. Pour a full drink on my foot, just, like, staring at her in the eye. And she, like, while I'm doing it, is like, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You're so fucking stupid. And I just, like, poured the whole drink on my foot, like, threw the cup on the ground, and then we, like, walked away. I feel like I got one over.
What, dude? I mean, like, the pouring the beer on the shoe at the end was kind of, like,
I was
extra.
just dumbfounded at how upset she got being in a club, dude. I've had people spill full drinks on my pants and not even been like, yo, you just spilled that on me. Like, he had a quarter of a cup left.
Were you trying to pipe?
No. She was, like, so beat, too. I think, like, she was probably mad because no one was coming up to her. Like, I don't know. It was a whole bit. But, like, dude, I've just never been in that situation where it was just like, you need to be aware of your surroundings in a fucking club. Like, what?
That last move kind of felt like you were trying to rizz up.
No. It was like, fuck you. Like, you're going to bitch about that? Like, I'm just going to do it to myself. Now it's like an eye for an eye, you know?
What? He's always got to one-up the other.
I don't know. I was hammered, though, so that could have also, like, played a part in it.
The bizarre story.
Yeah, but we, like, left the club, and we were like, dude, I'm never going out in Providence again. Like, that was atrocious. Of course, we, like, go there, and I get, like, an argument for nothing. Trying to, like, help Jay, because he was so drunk he couldn't even, like, talk to her. And I was like, I'm sorry, like, that's my bad. I might have bumped into him. I didn't know. And then it was like, boom. I was like, holy shit. I was like, are you really mad right now? And she was like, I'm pissed. And I was like, oh, all right. I mean, fucking, sorry.
What, dude?
Yeah, dude, it was incredible.
Whack.
But yeah, we're going to probably put the Jared Bynum interview right here, so I hope you guys enjoy it. It was great. He's a great kid. He hit his stride a little bit on senior night, so I'm hoping he comes to the Big East tournament and has one. But yeah, looking forward to you guys hearing it, and here we go. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the TFM show. First athlete interview. Just wanted you to know. If you guys didn't know, we're on the couch with Jared Bynum from Providence. If there was one athlete, we were throwing around the group chat. We were like, yeah, we need to get an athlete on. Who's it going to be? And I was like, it's got to be Jared.
I appreciate it. I feel honored. The first one?
First one.
Yeah, let's get it rolling, man.
First one on the couch. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. Obviously, a Providence grad myself, you know, following the journey you guys had last year. The first thing that I, you know, as an outsider looking in that I really wanted to know is what is kind of the difference between this year's team and last year's? Mm-hmm. Obviously, firstly, your role, because I feel like this year you were kind of, you're the leader now. Mm-hmm. Where it comes in, you have 4 guys transferring in, and it's kind of like you're now the captain of the ship. How has that transition been for you?
So, I mean, it's been fun. Like, last year to this year, like, I don't really like to compare the years, but, you know, being on both those teams, we're both winning teams. So, last year you had 2 older guys with Al and Justin who, you know, they kind of older, they already been around college, they know how to win, so getting them into the program right away, it wasn't really, you know, as hard as getting them adjusted to everything. Right. You know, just because they're older, you know, it just comes with experience. But this year, you know, you got guys like Devin and Bryce who are only sophomores. They only played 1 year of college. Like Bryce, he didn't play much last year. And, you know, Dev, he was at South Carolina. They didn't make the tournament. So both players coming from two different programs, but both of them being younger and then being able to come into the program, I feel like that's just been the difference, just having some younger guys.
But I did want to talk about the crazy fans and such. Hardest place to play in the Big East. Obviously, if you're on another team, it's Providence, Rhode Island. But where is the hardest place that you've played at, whether it's fans getting after you or just loud? I mean, what is it?
Hardest place? I'll probably say Marquette.
Really?
Yeah, like
Do they get dirty in Marquette?
I wouldn't say they get dirty, but like the past 2 years, like they play where the Milwaukee Bucks play. So it's like a real NBA arena, and then they pack it all. Like every time we go there, they pack it. So I think last year I forgot what it was, but I think they just hit a hot streak. So then when we came in, we were ranked, and then they were on the come up. So they was just waiting for us to come in. We walked into a Lions den, and they just jumped all over. I think we lost that game like 35 or something like that. But they got the fire going everywhere. And then this year, I didn't play there this year, but they had brought back their Final Four team that had D Wade on there.
Oh my God! Every team has done that to us.
That's what I'm saying.
Every time we come into town, it's like, UConn moved up their senior night 3 days. Like,
so it's just like, they got D Wade in there, and you got just all this energy going on there, and they're also a good team as well. So and their fans, their fans are right on top of you right there too. So it's just real loud in there. It's like feels like a good environment, a good basketball environment. But I mean, I feel like I don't think I wanted Marquette since I've been here.
It's like Anthony Edwards with the Wizards.
Yeah,
that's one thing you haven't done.
I'm a Wizards fan too, so.
There you go. You got that one on Anthony Edwards. Do you kind of like having that target on your back this year, like you guys?
Yeah.
Do you prefer to play with the target on your back, or do you prefer to play like we did maybe in the beginning half of last year, where it's like they're the lucky team coming in, like they might catch us, or do you prefer where it's this year? It's like they're coming in.
I like having a target on us because those are the games you got to get up for. When you're playing every night, especially on the road, and a team is trying to beat you because it's going to help them get to the tournament. It's going to help them move up in their rankings. So, if you're able to overcome that, then it's just like makes the win a lot more. Like, teams preparing for you a little bit more, and the national media is going to be watching that game and everything. It just makes college basketball, what you dreamed of. Watching those big games on TV when you're younger and you're warming up for the game, and you just know it's going to be one of those games that last year we used to call those games Big East bangers. That's what we used
to call. Let's go.
So we used to be in the game, and AJ was my roommate, so we were like real close. So it'll be a time throughout the game, like maybe like immediate timeout in the second half. And like we would look to each other and be like, yo, this game probably looks so crazy on TV right now. Like imagine watching this game on TV, like everything that's happening, like all the big shots, all the plays.
I was going nuts on my couch.
Yeah, so I was just like,
I would be like, oh my God.
Yeah, so we would just always like say we played last year Xavier at home, going into the game, like, this is gonna be a Big East banger, a Big East classic right here. So, So we definitely just it definitely turned us up. Like we really got up for those games. So I think that's what makes college basketball what it is.
And I have to thank you too. I feel like last year's team really gave not only myself. I kind of started my social media journey at the same time that Providence basketball sort of hit this like streak. So it was kind of like the perfect marriage of the two. But I have to thank you guys. You really gave Providence fans an identity now. Like when I walk around now and it's like, oh, he went to Providence College, like you guys kind of, at least in this new era, it felt like a little bit like you guys have really put us on the map where it's like we were expected to be ranked this year. And it's like, I feel like I almost have to thank you guys for that because 2 years ago, it was like, yo, where'd you go to school? It was like, Providence, where's that? And now it's like, I went to Providence College and like, that's that team around.
Actually, I have to thank you guys too because, a lot of people know about, Providence College, especially like when you watch those games on the TV, the fans and all that, like, people see how crazy it gets. Like, you can't call it a dunk anymore. It's called the air.
Yeah, the air.
But everybody
I still hate that. I'll call it.
Yeah, it is what it is. But like everybody would see how crazy those games would be in there, and then you go on social media, you'll see like a whole bunch of our fans going back and forth with other fans and stuff like that. It just makes the college basketball atmosphere like a lot better. Like it's different than the NBA and like the professionals because they're getting paid millions of dollars. But when you're out there just playing or just pure passion and love, and then you got the fans behind it that love it too. It just, it just goes hand in hand.
So the Big East tournament too, MSG. I feel like it doesn't get better than that.
Oh, not at all. I mean, MSG, like, it's just so bright in there. Like, when
is it bright? Is that something that like you notice?
The actual court is bright. Like the stands and the seats and all that is kind of dark. Like when you're on the court.
So you feel like you got the spotlight.
You really feel like you're playing under the spotlight.
Wow, I never thought about
that. Especially in New York, like. It's New York City. Everybody in the world knows New York City. And then you got MSG. And then it's just like, how many games you watch the Knicks playing at MSG and you see like Steph Curry go crazy.
You're touching that same
floor.
You're
playing on the same floor and all that. And then at the same time, it's like, I want to do more in there. I don't want to just play in there. I want to win in there. I want to cut down the nets at MSG.
Yeah, let's fucking go.
Like, it felt great cutting down the nets last year at the end, but this year, if I'm able to cut down the nets at MSG, I feel like that's going to be an even greater feeling.
So what is kind of the expectation for, you guys in the locker room as players when you guys are just like hanging out, chopping it up? Is it like, yo, we're going to go as far as we go this year? Like it's not going to have to do with anything outside. It's like for your senior year, are you like, we're winning the Big East tournament and we're going to the NAC?
Yeah, I mean,
there's no bar lower. Like,
it's crazy that you say that because we in our locker room, in our lockers, we have all the games that we play in order. So I think it was we were going into Big East play, and I think we were like 7-3 or something like that. I can't remember. We're going into Big East play, and we're like, hey, we're gonna win at Seton Hall on the road, and then we're gonna come back. We're gonna beat Marquette at home, and we're gonna win this game. Then we're gonna beat UConn, and then we're gonna rank top 25. And then we actually did all that. Like, we said it in the locker room. Like, we were all sitting down in the locker room. We were like, we're just going to win this game. We're going to win this next one, then beat UConn at home, and then we'll be set. And then, when you actually, like, talk about that stuff as a team, and then you go out and do it, then it's like, all right, what's next? Like, we're not just going to think about what we did before. It's like, what's the next step to get there? And I feel like we're at that point now where we're just trying to figure out the next step.
And the next step is winning the Big East tournament.
Exactly.
I just feel it with this team. Dude.
Exactly.
I can feel it.
I can feel it, too, because, like, we got just a whole bunch of hungry guys on the team, and then, we all care for each other. We all love each other. Like, off the court, like, if it wasn't for basketball, I feel like we all would be cool. Like, we just hang out all the time. Yeah. Like, we go in, we compete in practice, we go hard, we talk shit, but at the end of the day, it's all love.
Who's the guy in practice you think you go against the hardest? That it's like you guys, when we step on in practice, it's like, yo, I'm coming for your neck. But when we're in the locker room, it's like, oh, yeah, like, what are we doing tonight?
Probably.
Like, do you have anyone that you just battle with, that you go to war and it's like, damn?
The person I want to get at the most in practice, I say it has to be Devin. Just because he takes so much pride in defense. Like,
yeah, he loves it.
Yeah, he takes so much pride in defense, and he hates getting scored on, and I hate getting stopped when I'm on offense. So like, I haven't got a chance to play against him too much in practice because we're at that point in the year when you kind of do like the first 5, and then we'll do live and stuff like that. So we've been on the team most of the time, same team. But like in the fall and the summertime, I'm like, if he's guarding me, I gotta score him.
Yeah,
that's one of those
I'm
guys.
giving you 20. Right?
I gotta score him. But it was some days, he'll lock me up and all that. There's some days where I'll go off, but we'll be in the locker room. He'll be like, "How'd you make that shot?" And I'm like, "I don't know. How'd you get that steal or something like that?" We just joking around, messing around.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But yeah, it's just, I think that's what makes us who we are now. Just we're so competitive against each other. When you go out to the games, and you just compete against the other team even harder. So, I mean, I think that just makes and then Coach Cooley, he pushes us to go at each other.
Yeah, is he kind of like let's go get after?
Yeah, like you'll hear him in practice some days. Like if I'm guarding, say I get switched on to Bryce or something like that. Cooley be like, "Oh, post his little ass up. Like he can't guard you too." Like, I'm like, and then Coach B is like, "Nah, Jared, lock him up, blah blah." Like pushing us to go against each other because that when we get in the game, that's the kind of hunger that we gonna need to get the win and all that. So I mean, practice is really fun though.
So March Madness is on the horizon. We went on a little bit of a run last year. Talk to me because I feel as though a lot of my questions are just as like the casual fan. Like I'm the guy on the couch that goes crazy for you guys. Like I'm the guy that comes to the stadium. But you don't really get like a look into, one, the locker room, two, like the athlete's mental. How hard is it to play March Madness? Because I feel like it's like you're traveling you could be across the country, you could be next door. You're playing 2 games, then you're traveling again, then you're playing like teams that are all the best in college basketball. Obviously they're doing it too, but how hard is it to play March Madness?
I think it's hard. I think it's really hard. I don't know if I would say it's harder or just as hard as NBA playoffs. It might be a little bit more difficult just because you lose one game, it's over.
It's over. It's wraps.
In the NBA, you get 7 games to make something happen. But March Madness, you lose that first game, it's over with. And then at the same time, if you're a higher seed and you're playing against a mid-major or like a low-major team, then you got that pressure of like you don't want to be that upset.
Like last year, it was like South Dakota State. Everyone was like, "Oh, they're the freest upset of all time."
And we took that personally. Like
you guys hung like 100 on.
Yeah, like we took that personally. We're like, we're not the team that's going to just have an easy upset. Like guys is going to put them on their brackets to beat us. Like we're going to bust their bracket. Like everybody's picking them to beat us. All right, their bracket's done with. So,
how good did it feel when you slapped Providence on that bracket?
Oh, yeah, it felt too good. Like moving on to the Sweet 16, that just felt so good. Like. Because, that was my first time playing a tournament. And, growing up, you always see March Madness. You always watch all the games. Like, you're in class, the teachers got it on in class.
Oh, yeah, dude. I got it on my laptop,
yeah.
dude.
And then being able to say, like, I played in March Madness, like, knowing, like, kids at my high school, they're probably watching my game that's on March Madness right
You
now.
have like the whole country watching.
Yeah, and then guys like filling out a bracket with Providence on there and everything. Like being able to know that I'm a part of that is just, it's a great feeling because that's something that I did growing up, and then now I'm actually like, doing it in real life.
Yeah, 100%. And also, we have the excuse now that we lost to the champions. So if we beat them, they probably would have won that tournament. That's hard. I would put a banner out.
If I wanted to lose to anybody in the tournament, I would love to lose just to the team that's going to win the whole thing. Like, don't just beat us and then lose the next round.
No, there's no better scenario. Dude, on social media, I might have been the most deplorable human after Kansas won. Everything I posted was like, it's unfortunate we lost to the champion. I was like, that's literally that's our banner.
Yeah. If we beat them, then, I don't think it's wrong to say we go on and win the whole thing.
Oh, it's a shoo-in, I would say, because they did it, right?
Yeah, they did.
All right, so I have some funnier questions for the tail end. One, as a basketball player, we were just talking about this before you got here. Like the ideal sock length.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, you got guys that rock the ankles.
Yeah.
You got guys that I think pull it up too high to almost like the knee. You got like the mid calves.
Yeah.
Like what is like the ideal sock length as like a hooper? You could also do like scenarios, like practice, I'll throw the ankles on, like games, I'm going to throw them.
Let's see. So I feel like for me, the ideal length, I wear 2 socks in the game.
Double sock?
I always double sock. Yeah, I always double sock during the game.
I feel like that'd be friction, no?
No, I kind of like my shoes to fit a little tighter while I'm playing. I don't like to really feel my foot moving in my shoes and stuff. So that's why I double sock. So I pull up my first sock that I have on. I pull it up a little bit, kind of like, mid length or whatever. And then the sock above that, it's going to be a little bit higher. But like, I'm kind of like picky about like the scrunchiness.
Yeah, is that like a thing you look at? Like how scrunched up down, where
if you
right?
watch me get ready before the game, and I wear the tights underneath too. So if you watch me getting ready before the game, like you'll probably see me like fixing the scrunch. Like it's not gonna be, the sock's not gonna be pulled all the way up straight where it's like,
just there's gotta be a little flare. Like it's gotta be like a little casual.
Yeah, so I double sock, and then I got this thing. I only wear white socks. Like I don't wear black socks. I don't wear blue socks. Like I only wear white socks. And when we wear black jerseys, my friends at home, they were like, "You got on black jerseys, you got on black tights. Why are you wearing white socks?" I'm just like, I don't know. I
think the contrast looks tough.
Yeah, I think so too. Like I just think it looks better.
And so, are you a sock shoe guy? Sock shoe? Like, what is that? Because that's been a debate on social media. A lot of people were talking about. Some guy was like, I go sock shoe, and I feel like I'm like sock shoe.
Nah, I put my 2 socks on before I put my shoes on.
Is it right, left, or left, right? Do you have like
I put my right foot on, my right shoe. I put my right shoe on first. Because a couple years ago, growing up, my dad told me, put your right shoe on first in the morning so you get off on the right foot.
Oh.
So that like stuck with me. Like
put that on a t-shirt.
Like every day I wake up in the morning, I'm putting on my right shoe first.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. It just stuck.
That's like Curry's thing too. He always puts his right shoe on first.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He just said that in an interview too. That's why I was like on my head because I was like everyone was talking about it.
I remember. I think he said it as a joke because I asked him. He was like, "Why you put your left one on first?" And I was like, "Well, why you put your right one on?" He's like, "So you get off on the right foot." And I'm like, It makes sense.
You just blew my whole world up with that.
Makes sense.
I'm never putting that left shoe on first again, dude. That's like getting
Yeah, so that's kind of like a superstition. I'm not really too.
Yeah, do you have any more? I feel like
we
might have just unpacked it.
Let's see, game days. Like I'll eat grapes on game days. Like that's my thing. Like pregame meal.
Green or purple.
It doesn't really matter. I think the green ones are better.
Okay, yeah.
But I'll eat both. It doesn't. I'm not too picky about that. I'll eat grapes before that, and then
But so no other superstitions. Not that I was like a great athlete, but in soccer, I actually did sock shoe. I was a psycho like that.
And you're like, I have to do this. Like,
I had to. Yeah, and I had to put my sock all over my knee because I played soccer, and then I would like roll it down and then re-pull it up, so there was a little bit of like give.
But I respect that though, because everybody has their own routine.
Yeah, I gotta have something.
Like something else I do, I put my shoes on in the locker room, but I won't tie them until I get out to the court.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, like it was actually one time. What game was it? I can't. It might have been the UConn game at home. Not at home, away. So I was in the locker room getting ready, and I just tied my shoes. I'm like, nah, I don't tie my shoes here. I untied my shoes.
Oh, that might have been the death of it.
I know. I untied my shoes and walked out to the court, sat down, and retied my shoes again.
All right, got the juju right.
Yeah, just like, and then, that game, I think I started like 4 for 3 or something like that. I'm like,
dude, it was always
so now I'm thinking, like, what if I didn't untie and tie my shoes again?
You were up for 4.
Yeah, like.
You were up for 4.
Like, it's crazy, like, it's crazy how, like, a little superstition, make you feel that way. But, yeah.
So you talk about your shoes. You're one of the guys on the team that I think has one of the more underrated shoe games, I would say. I feel like, last year was tough to compete with Al. I feel like he's kind of.
Oh, yeah, I'll give it to him.
That's hard.
I'll give it to him. I'll give it to DC as well. He's just, I don't know, he just has too many shoes.
Just too many.
Yeah, it's insane the amount of shoes. Like, I think he has shoes I've never even seen before, like on Twitter and stuff like that. Like, I think one game he pulled out.
Where are you? That's not real.
Like, I haven't seen those ever. Like, they're not in stores. I haven't heard them ever coming out. Like, I think he had a pair of Kobe's. The Kobe 6s, they were all brown, but they had like the check on the side was pink.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm like, why do you have those?
First of all, let me get a pair.
Like, why? I'm always asking. I think he wears like a 14 or something like that. I wear an 11 and a half. And I'm like, what size you wear? I ask him all the time. And I know I can't fit this size. I'm like, what size you wear?
Oh, puts 4 socks on.
Yeah, like, I'll 4-socket this game just to wear a pair of those Kobe's.
Because, we're in the Panda Dunks. I spotted them when you walked in. Those are tough.
Yeah.
What's like I think you're a Kobe guy. I always see you in the Kobe's.
Yeah, I like Kobe's. Just one is Kobe. And then 2, they're just, real comfortable. And then I also like low cuts as well, so.
Yeah, I've noticed that. Is that like a thing that you've always played in the low tops?
I never really had a preference really because, I just, whatever shoes that I liked, I just wore.
Yeah, you just wore whatever.
I never really wore them for like how they made my foot feel, comfortability. Like I mainly just wore them just because they look cool or something like that.
Right,
so,
yeah.
High tops, low tops. I know guys with like bad ankle problems that can't wear low tops. Like AJ, he had bad ankle problems. He couldn't wear any low top shoes.
Really?
Like every shoe he wore was high tops.
Really?
Yeah, and he got tape and all that. So
wow.
Yeah,
he's got bad ankles.
Yeah, he got bad ankles.
But he's a shooter though.
Yeah.
My God, he knocks it down.
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I was like, wow, everybody's jumping around and all that. So, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's been a journey.
So I have to ask you because I know you're gonna wet one tomorrow.
Yeah,
against Seton Hall.
I'm knocking down.
I need like just one. I just need one. Like the 3, and I need you to just load it.
All right. Where you sitting?
Just load it. I'm gonna be in the student section.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to be in the student section. I'm gonna be right behind the Seton Hall.
I'm gonna try to point you out somewhere, and if I do that, it's gonna be for you.
Just one time, dude. I need it one time.
All right.
I'm also gonna give you a chance to talk your shit a little bit.
Okay.
I mean, you can obviously say no if you don't want to like call anyone out. Who in the Big East, like when they're guarding, are you just licking your chops? There's got to be someone. Or like, is there a team that you're like, I love beating you, and I don't care if you know that I love just putting one on your head? For me, as a fan, when we beat UConn, it makes my year because like I've been a Big East fan since I was little. My dad went to Seton Hall, so I've been watching the Big East forever. And when they left, it was like, fuck you guys. Like they went to chase football, and it was like it never worked out. And then like they come back now, and now they think they're like integral to the Big East. Like when we get one on them, I'm always like, fuck yes. Like, is there a guy in the Big East you're like, dude, I can't wait to give you like 30?
I don't think it's a player for sure. But one team I definitely get up for all the time is definitely going to be Georgetown. Like even though they haven't been that good.
Oh, because it's your hometown team.
Yeah, it's my hometown team.
You just put like 20 on me.
Yeah, it's my hometown team. They didn't recruit me out of high school. And then my freshman year, I was transferring. They didn't even reach out to me while I was transferring.
No way.
So funny thing is, it's Georgetown University. My high school, I went to Georgetown Prep.
Yeah, so that's like the feeder.
Yeah, like right there. So I'm like throughout high school, I'm like, I gotta get a Georgetown offer. Like growing up, like I always watched Big East basketball. I was a Georgetown fan. I'm like, I gotta get a Georgetown offer. Like even if I don't go, like I just gotta, get that.
So now it's on site every time.
Yeah, every time.
Putting something on your head.
Yeah, every time.
It's gonna be.
And then like coming back home, playing there in front of all my family and all that. So like Georgetown is definitely a team that I like. I always have like circled. When
you're like, this is gonna be a fun.
Even though they haven't been as good, like it's still like.
But even better though, like you could have been the centerpiece,
You never know.
Now you walk in there and you just put one right on top.
Yeah.
So last question I have, I don't want to hold you too much, but I do really appreciate you doing this again, dude. By the way, like huge fan. The locker room photos have literally like made my life. Like those are like the best. Like when we beat a team and I can go on Twitter
and you see the forward
and like throw that photo up and just be like, gotcha.
Yeah.
It literally, and I would like, sometimes I like recreate it to like piss everyone off because everyone always gets at me about it. But who like kind of started that and like why did it take so long? Because that is like because now like I don't know if you guys notice most teams do it.
Yeah.
So, like after when they post a photo of everyone in the locker room, like throwing some shit up.
So I actually think it kind of didn't start going viral until maybe like more so last year because we were winning a lot more and all that. But the reason we throw up the 4s is 44 blessed for Isaiah Jackson, he played here a couple years ago. He actually played here before I even got here.
Mm-hmm.
So when I got here the first time, and I was redshirting, and we would win, everybody would throw the fours. They would say 44 blessed, and he won number 44. So he kind of started that thing.
Oh,
so this whole time,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so this
I
whole
remember
time,
Isaiah Jackson.
I mean, I think I'm right. I'm like 99% sure.
Well, because he's right.
Yeah, I'm 99% sure. But, he's cool. He's an alumni. We follow each other on Instagram and Twitter and all that. So, he shows good support. But this whole time, my redshirt year, I just got here. Everybody's doing it. I'm like, why is everybody doing that? So I'm asking, and then people tell me, yeah, he wore 44. He used to always say 44 blessed, throw up the 44.
So it's kind of like a meme a little bit, but it's also like, now it's like
a real thing. And then I'm looking at it, and I'm like, so we got, guys here now that don't even know this guy. They don't even know he played here. They don't know the reason why, but when it's time to take a picture after the win, everybody's throwing up the four.
Literally can't wait. Everyone walks in the locker room with the four.
Everybody's ready to go. And I'm sitting there like this because I know exactly why they're doing it and all that. So, I just think it's cool. Like, somebody part of the program. I don't know when he graduated. He graduated before I got here. So.
He was like there when we were here though, right?
17 or 18.
Yeah, I think he graduated like 2 years before.
Okay, so
graduated.
Graduated 2018. What is it? 2023 now.
Yeah, people are still doing it.
5 years later, you know what I'm saying? So.
I'm gonna have to get in one.
Oh yeah,
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah,
I don't know how that's gonna work, or like bring the whole team like somewhere else offsite and just let me just jump in one.
Like I had fans come up to me like if I'm at the mall or walking around or something, or I had a meet and greet at a 110 girl and we were taking pictures and 2 people were like, let's throw up the 44s, like. And I'm like, all right,
So they knew it.
Yeah, just from the picture.
It's like a cult thing now.
Yeah,
dude, I throw it up in some photos too, just not even thinking about it. Because I'm just like, it's like what I consume on a day. I'll just be like.
Shout out Isaiah Jackson for doing that.
Shout out Isaiah.
That really like,
set the trend.
Yeah. Like 5 years later, we still.
That's actually, I didn't know it was Isaiah Jackson.
I'm thinking about it, like, I didn't play with him. Like, I don't even think I probably met him like one time, maybe. And, everybody's still doing it.
No, that's like actually crazy.
Yeah.
No, but I really appreciate you doing this, man. First, tell them where they can find you on social media, so the people know. And then if you have something you got to plug, I know the NIL is hot, so don't be afraid to
so
be like, hey man.
You can follow me on Twitter, JBDimes3. That's my handle. And then on Instagram, Jared.Bynum. And then on my Instagram, I got I'm doing something with Barstool. I got hoodies and T-shirts and stuff like that on there. And then
I bought one, by the way, just didn't bring it like an idiot, dude. I had it in Dallas, and I got here, and my dad was like, because I was just talking to my dad before this, and he was like, what are you going to wear for, the interview? And I was like, I think I'm going to put, my Providence sweatshirt on. And he was like, didn't you buy, Jared's thing? And I was like, dude, I might be all-time done. That's up there, all-time done. Imagine you walked in, I had the merch on. That would have been such a good
We're also doing jerseys now, too. You can get replica jerseys for everybody. Not just me, but, everybody on the team.
Oh, I did see that.
Yeah, so we're doing those, too. And then, I think that's all, just from the merch standpoint.
Well, I'm trying to make an appearance at the Big East tournament appearance. I'm trying to fly out to the Big East to do some content stuff.
Yeah.
I think I need to do a jersey swap with you.
Oh yeah.
I might give you an iconic piece that I wear. Not that you.
Let me get one of those. Let me get one of those shirts that when you really went to Brad's and tore it down.
yeah. I'll give one of my party shirts. I'll give you one from tonight. I think we're going out today. You're more than welcome to come. The day before the game.
Probably won't see me.
Grab a beer, dude. No, but I really
probably
appreciate
see me tomorrow.
Yeah, no, dude. I can't wait, bro. You better do.
Yeah.
I know you're gonna wet one.
Gotcha.
Just one.
Yeah.
No, but I really appreciate you, man, for coming on. I know, the Providence fans love you. We're really gonna miss you, man. We're really looking forward to sending you off, right? For sure. I know I'm looking forward to it, especially. You were the first real athlete that showed me love on social media, even to be from Providence too. That kind of gave the juice a little bit for me to kind of keep doing what I'm doing and have a podcast now. So I really appreciate you for doing this. You were always gonna be the first athlete. I
appreciate it. I'm actually honored to be the first athlete. So when it blows up in a year or whatever.
Yeah, man.
Just remember me.
You're the first guy on there. And don't worry, I didn't kidnap him. This is just a hotel room. The lighting looks like I might have kidnapped him. Don't worry, he's gonna be there on Saturday. No, but I really appreciate you, man, and I wish you all the best after this. And dude, I can't wait to send you off right on Saturday. Let's go get one.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you, man. I really appreciate it.
That was Jared Bynum. Hopefully you guys liked that interview. Some good bits in there.
Dope interview.
It was a good one, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, you were saying you're excited for Vegas?
So pumped.
I can't wait, dude.
I need to up the units before we go, so I have some shit to throw.
I don't know if that's how that works. Maybe you could store units.
Stash some units.
Yeah, you could stash some
Not
units.
up the units. I mean, up the units for sure, but stash and up the units.
I'm looking forward to placing some futures. We also have a really exciting episode with Lisa Ann. I think she's also going to be hanging out with us at Circus Swim for one of the days at our table.
Wow.
Sweating some bets with us. So I'm really looking forward to it, dude. I'm excited.
That is Hall of Fame.
Yeah, that's.
Clan.
We're gonna have to say that to her for sure. But yeah, how was your day off from betting? Was it good?
It was much needed. I haven't taken a day. I haven't not placed a bet in a day. I couldn't tell you how long, and I was just so defeated because you know why? He went to the free throw line, and with like 5 minutes left in the game, missed both. When does Joel Embiid ever miss both? And I knew right then we were getting hooked.
Yeah,
He was at 26 with 4 minutes left. When he missed both of those, I was like, yeah, he's getting 31. 100%.
He always knows. You always know,
Yeah,
dude.
He's getting 31. Like, there's
Yeah.
no way around it because I
That's
already
weird.
know they're going to take a lead here. I can smell it. And they're going to play the foul game, and he's going to get fouled 2 more times. So he made one more bucket to get to 26 and then
Yeah.
got fouled 2 more times. Finished at 31.
Brutal.
Yeah. And it was just, I was so defeated. It was for 10 racks.
Wow.
Missed by half a point.
That's atrocious,
Yeah.
actually.
And everybody else came the fuck through. It was wild goalie saves, Michael back shots, W game stack because they were playing each other. So every time back shots was ripping,
You were gonna save.
the goalie was getting the save. Back shots, someone said on Twitter, I fucking died laughing. He just spawns with 3 SOGs. The game starts, he's already at 3.
He's got 3.
Yeah.
Literally, they just dropped the puck. He's got 3 already. They're like, what the fuck? They're just spotting him 3 because they know he's going to get it. He just spawns
It's crazy,
3.
dude. Like, there's not a better square on Prize Picks in any sport right now than Michael
Yeah.
Backshots, which kind of started out as a joke just because
Yeah. Well,
you said nothing's better than just a good back shot. And then
all right. Well, that's out on the internet now. They call me Backshots.
So then we started taking Michael Backlund SOGs.
And Backstrom SOGs.
And
Remember
he
the
has-
Backshots late hit? If Backstrom and Backlund play on the same day, it's always Backshots more than, and it hits every time.
No, but and then it was I forget the other NBA player, and then Joel Embiid. Oh, it was De'Aaron Fox like assist or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
So surgical. My 4 goats, and yeah, I spent there. Looked at this entry for like an hour before I placed it too, and it was between Giannis or Joel, and of course Giannis goes over and Joel doesn't.
Yeah, it's classic. I mean, it was always Giannis. It's
Yeah.
never Joel, dude.
And the Bucks lost too. So I was like, honestly, I feel like their win streak is due to end. Give me the star who's gonna end it, and Joel. Nope. Missed both his fucking free throws.
Nope.
And it could have happened any other way. I wouldn't have taken a day off. But the way it happened, I'm at dinner with my girlfriend, low key, just like
Refreshing the score app.
missed. One more. She's like, "What's wrong?"
Yeah, you don't like your tortellini? No, tortellini's great. Tortellini's great. Tortellini's great. Can I get another glass of wine, please? Stat. The waiter's like, you're just sweating. It's like, do you want me to turn the AC on? No, you're good, man. You're good.
And I knew that people could see my phone behind me, but it was really bad. I was just like, "Who made that shot?" James. Fuck.
Tobias Harris. Oh my God, nobody needed that.
Yeah, James Harden was stealing all the points that night. He
Yeah.
had like 40.
I can't bet on Philly sports anymore, dude. I just can't do it.
Dude, fucking Ja Morant.
Dude.
I mean, holy shit is a goat whale cake.
I saw the funniest shit though. It's like, why did he have like a water gun sized Glock? Like, I get the gun bit, I guess, but why was it like water gun sized? You could hold it like this and it didn't even like touch his eyebrow from here. Like it was like a baby Glock. Like that's not even hard, dude. If I was like getting robbed and Ja Morant pulled out a baby Glock, I'd be like, dude. I mean, what are we? I don't even think that'll kill me. It's gonna leave like a paper. It's gonna leave like a paperclip sized hole in me. I don't even know if that'll cause bleeding.
A baby Glock.
Literally, it was like a baby Glock. He held it with 2 fingers.
Literally.
That's the whole thing. He was like, dude, if you can hold your Glock with 2 fingers, you got too small of a Glock, dude. But dude, I mean, the Memphis Grizzlies are in fucking shambles. Dylan Brooks is like going at Draymond Green now. Like I hate everything about them.
Same, dude. And now he's suspended indefinitely, not just 2 games.
Well, I mean, yeah. Did you see why?
No.
Because that was in a club on the road, which means he brought the gun on a team plane and a team hotel, and you're not allowed to. That's like 10 times worse than if it was just in Memphis. That means he traveled on like team equipment with a gun.
Honestly, I want him to get suspended enough games to where they void the leg. Like I've given up on him at this point. I'm really bummed because I doubled down on him.
I just don't know what happened. It felt like he grinded so hard, got the deal, got the shoe deal, like has a chance to make $230 million, and he's just imploding.
Yeah.
Imploding.
I don't know.
Like,
I mean,
why are you on live showing a gun off in the club? Dude?
He's still so young. What is he,
23?
He's younger than us, so like still, like you're a fucking adult, bro.
Dude, figure it out.
With everything at your fingertips.
I mean, I hope he figures it out just for his like career.
Same.
But,
like I'm not here to shit on him, but like he is selling the goat well.
Bad.
So bad. It would be phenomenal if he was over his number and all this happened. You know, like
we'll take the void.
I would be low key kind of thrilled.
Make the right decision and suspend Ja Morant.
If this would have happened before the All-Star break, it could have been so ideal.
Yeah, no, that's tough.
So
Imagine
tough.
Nike though. They like got rid of a couple athletes to give Ja a shoe deal, and now they're probably like,
dude, they're like supporting him. I saw this TikTok. Like,
wow, that's crazy.
yeah.
Well, they're probably like in the long run, he's gonna make us a lot of money. So fuck it.
And it's crazy because like Kyrie, like what he did when he tweeted that tweet, like educate yourselves, and it was like something controversial. All cut ties from Nike. After
Well,
that.
but Kyrie's been like a problem for like 5 years.
And then Ja does this, and he's getting tons of support from his partners.
Yeah.
It's just
Well, he's
interesting.
super young. It seems like a young kid mistake, whereas Kyrie was like a problem for like a solid 3 years to the
Yeah.
point where it was like people started not liking him.
Yeah.
Last thing I want to talk about, we'll keep today's episode a little bit short. Devin Booker is the biggest pussy in the NBA. You can't come into our house in Dallas, not have a lead, finally have a lead with like 15 seconds left and start talking shit to Luka. Like, you're a pussy.
I respect the shit out of it.
No, like, you're actually a pussy. Like, if you don't talk, dude, I used to, not that I was like a great athlete, but when I played, I would talk all game. So we'd either get fucked and lose or we'd win. But I would talk all game because, like, I never wanted to be one of those kids. I was like, oh, now we're up 10 with 15 seconds left. Yeah, you bitch. Like, dude, that is like the softest shit of all time. Like, either talk all game or don't talk at all. Because the minute you're up and it like you have the win, like, you look like the biggest bitch of all time. Like, people were like, yeah, Devin was talking to the refs. Dude, he said some out-of-pocket shit for Luka to turn around like that. And he had Kyrie riding for Dallas for the first time ever. He had Kyrie going at him too, dude. So it was like he started talking shit when they were like winning, dude. That's soft. Like, feed me the Suns again now, dude. Like, feed me them in the playoffs. Like, I want them so bad, dude. You had your full super team on the floor and you had to beat us in the last minute.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing. Like, I hope we get you in the playoffs because we're literally gonna like mush.
No, I love the back and forth between Luka and Booker. I thought it was awesome.
No, like actually bring it now. Like, now it's like I tweeted about it and I guess established myself as a Mavs fan on Twitter finally, and was getting like a bunch of hate and then a bunch of like, it was very in the middle. But no, I want that matchup now. Like, I actually want it again. Like, we beat them last year, 7 games, whatever. Give me them again. Like, I want them so bad.
I love the beef. I think it's great for the league.
Because Kyrie's going to be fired up now. Luka, like, wants murder when he plays teams like that like, talk shit when they're, like, up. Dude, he had the iconic quotes, like, everyone's talking shit when they're up.
Yeah.
And then he came back and won the series. So
Yeah.
it's like, dude, I want them so bad. Like, I think Devin Booker's the biggest pussy in the NBA. Like, I'm not, no joke.
I think there's bigger pussies, but
You're right, it's Chris Paul, and he's also on the roster. The Suns might be my least favorite roster in the NBA.
I don't know. The Grizzlies are right there.
And I think it shows, too, that Kyrie and KD never got along.
Yeah.
Because if you saw that beef, it was like KD was like, what the fuck? And
Yeah.
Kyrie was like, dude, fuck you, too. Like, what? You fucking asshole? Like, And Devin Booker, I saw the funniest tweet. I like quote tweeted it about Kyrie finally riding for Dallas, and everyone was like, "Dude, Devin Booker hid behind Kevin Durant. The guy's like a tarantula,
Literally.
like hiding behind a plank, being like, yeah, dude, what, dude, what?" It's like that's like the dumbest shit of all time. But no, I want them so bad now. Like I want them.
If you ever see a game courtside with Kevin Durant, you'll realize that his legs are like Ticonderoga #2 pencils.
No, yeah. Well, I got a fresh set right here. I know him when I see him.
It's crazy. Dude.
Yeah, I live with him. I live with skinny legs, so I sniped him when I saw him. I was like, dude, he's got skinny legs.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's part of that life.
Forgot to bring this up, but on this week of Josh Giddey blue balling the fuck out of us.
I know, I saw it.
Another one
Last
night.
I know.
24, 9, and 9. Coming off of a 28, 9, and 11.
Dude, and I'm looking at my prize potential, and it's 32.5 greened out. And I was like, oh, he's at 34 combined? Like, he might have it. And I go, and it was 24, 7, and 8. And I was like, dude, I'm done with this
And
shit,
I knew
dude.
it was going to finish.
It's coming. No, it's coming.
9
No, it's coming. It's coming.
And they're limiting SGA for the rest of the year.
I saw that.
With his minutes, so that's
Could take away from the assist, though.
huge. I mean, that was also huge because in my double down of Ja Goatwell, I took Giddey assist again with us. Dylan Brooks under 20-point games.
Which could be bad if Ja's out.
SGA, well, he's also out.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, he's out tonight at
Yeah.
least, or out last night. SGA under 10 assist games. So that's big for that.
Oh, it's big
because
for that, yeah.
he had a game with 9 assists already,
Wow.
which was very, very sweaty. And then Ja over his average, but it's only 27.3 instead of 0.5 like I got it at for the go well. So that's that other entry I'm sweating.
Yeah.
But we cooked up an entry on our night sweats. This one's actually looking great. And we got hoed by Luka yesterday with the 9 rebounds. But it's Tatum 40 balls.
Yeah, he got that.
2.5. He's already at 2.
Mm-hmm.
Huge. Got it last night. Jokic triple doubles, which this dude's
Air.
actually a walking triple double. It's
It's
crazy.
literally air.
It's insane. I think every game he's had one. He's probably at 4 now. Halfway there. And then it's Embiid 30 balls. I think he's hit it every game but 1. And Luka double doubles. So that one looks really good. Was really worried about Tatum's 40 balls because he was dropping 18, 20, 2 40 balls back to back. So big, so big. These entries are kind of fun. I don't know if you saw this shit on stream last week, but we're talking about the MLB goat whale, which we need to cook up here
Yeah,
soon.
we're gonna cook.
And this whole time I couldn't decide whether or not I want to put the goat Blake Snell in there because like he's a friend of the program.
Yeah, you have to.
And I'm talking about it on stream, like showing everybody what I'm thinking for the goat whale, and ask chat like, do I put in Blake Snell? Like, I don't know. And Blake Snell gets in the fucking chat.
What did he say?
And everyone's like, holy fuck, dude, it's Snell, it's Snell, it's Snell. And I'm like listening to someone's play, and I'm looking at chat, and I'm like, holy shit, Snell's in here. And I'm like, Blake, I need to know, just give me a Y or an N. Do I put you in the goat whale or not? And he just like kept like beating around the bush, obviously, like wouldn't give me a straight up answer.
Yeah.
And I finally got him to say, like, I've got a good feeling about it.
Let's go.
And so I'm like, all right, that's all.
No,
I
he's
need to
wheeling
hear.
and dealing.
That's all I need to hear. Had like 4 strikeouts in 2 innings yesterday. I'm like, yeah, he's going.
Oh, he's going in.
He's
No,
got
he's
it.
going in.
And they bumped him.
That's good. Take the bump.
Yeah, no, I
Whatever.
mean, I have no choice. But
Yeah, I mean, you gotta.
I'm bombing the MLB goat whale. It's gonna be electric.
Yeah, we'll do that next episode.
Yeah.
Let's do it. All right, well, this has been another episode from the dojo. We appreciate you guys. Trent, tell them where they can find you.
Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram at Boogie with Trent. Follow the Twitch channel at Boogie Sports. And tune into the Surgical Stream every weekday at 1 p.m. Central.
You can find me, Mikey, over on every platform other than Instagram. It's michael.j.overs. This has been another episode. We really appreciate you guys. Make sure you share the pod with a friend. And we'll see you next time.
We'll be.